So guys, this is the craziest episode we've ever done, simply because we have new technology on set. We've got a nice live mixer, which I want to get a video later with my phone so that we can show everybody all the new toys that we have. We're going through some growing pains. Yeah. This is now our third attempt of recording this shit. Because it's like, oh yeah, we hit audio record, we didn't hit video record, we hit this, but we didn't hit that. So we apologize for all the mix-ups, especially to our guests.
I think the best way to say it is if you saw Tenet, you will understand, because the show will go backwards when it's going forward.
Yeah, that's exactly what's happening right now.
But I do want to thank you guys for being patient with us and watching us make all these rookie mistakes with all this new technology.
Not my first rodeo.
No, you're fine. You guys are doing great, by the way.
Oh my god!
Hey, this is like episode 204, 205, and we're acting like it's the first goddamn
it's new
episode.
Tech. This is what happens with new tech. Oh my god, man! I mean, look at Tony Stark when he had his new tech.
And just so that you guys can see, I'm switching myself live. I'm the one that's doing the switching because we don't have a technical team. We're doing this ourselves. So it's like whoever talks, I toggle their camera angle. So if they're talking, I'm gonna switch to them. If I'm talking, then if Pat is talking, then I'm going to switch back to us. I'm the one doing.
It's like an L cut
live.
What about
editors know what I'm talking about?
A round of applause for our guys here, just because.
Oh my bad, bro.
Great. You guys are doing great.
No.
There we go. Hey!
I am all switched around, man. Oh my god. You know what else I got? Just in case when we fuck up. Oh my god!
And how many times that's gonna play?
So you guys at home did not get to see the part of us talking about MegaCon and all that because I thought we were recording and we didn't record any of that footage. Mm-hmm. We're gonna circle back to that at the end of this. But let's talk about Doctor Strange. So Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. We actually rented a movie theater to check it out. Miguel, you went to a special premiere before it aired, like to the whole public, right?
Yes.
So what? I'm gonna let you go first. Like, what were your thoughts on Doctor Strange?
Yeah, Liz Wonder was kind enough to invite us to the premiere. Very thankful for that. We all went. We dressed up, and I gotta say, it was. I will say it has its pros and cons. I don't know how technical we'll get. I know we'll dive into it, but. Overall, I would definitely get it. And when I walked out of the theater, I gave it a 9 out of 10. Mm-hmm. And over time, it kind of went down a little bit. Not 7.5, 7.8.
How'd it get from a 9 to a 7?
Because I was thinking about it after, letting it digest. And I will say, story-wise, it was probably one of the most daring ones.
Yeah.
And that's why I feel like it got to the caliber that it did. The things that kind of knocked down the point was I did indeed feel like in the beginning I was a little I'm not gonna say bored, but I was kind of like, okay, it felt like a lot of fluff, almost like a filler episode. Mm-hmm. Like with the whole like wedding and this and that. Don't get me wrong, I know we had to resolve his love interest and everything like that, but I felt like it dragged on a little bit, and then like halfway through the movie it picked up and it was phenomenal, amazing. But then my one gripe as well with that was, I don't know if you guys caught on to this, but the CGI felt a little off. Like it felt kind of like Disney Plus, like a little like too cartoony.
I think the only point that when I thought the CGI was like a little like lackluster is when I forgot his name, Benedict Wong, when he got picked up initially by the tentacle monster. Yeah. And I was like, I'm like, okay. But yeah, I felt that a little bit. I was like, okay, it's a little bit off. But other than that, like the other CG, I mean, they were going through different worlds, different things, you know, you know what I mean. So I was still like mesmerized by the fact that they went to a world that was liquid. They went to an animated world, which was kind of weird to me because I'm thinking like, all right, if they don't lose you don't lose yourself if you go to another multiverse. You're still you. Why would you turn into liquid if you go to a liquid world? Or why would you turn to animation if you go to an animation world? Wouldn't you be you in the animation world, like your physical self? But, I was just thinking that. And, I'm not a scientist. I don't know how multiverses work. But Yeah.
I did feel like all of the CGI budget went into those scenes. Because
So
that felt
that
crisp.
7
When it was
second, that 7 second of them just going through the portal.
That's
that was
where all the budget went.
Yeah. And wouldn't you think that if he was to mix up with America Chavez, that the liquids would like?
Man, you're really fascinated about these liquids, bro.
Because it's like you're liquid. So if you mixing up together and then you go into another world, wouldn't you be like a clump of just one person now? Or maybe you would have some of they DNA into your DNA kind of thing?
I think the correct term for the liquids is the juices.
The juices. Yeah, the juices will mingle, right? You would think so.
Some of them don't mix.
Yeah. You know what I mean? That's what I'm thinking. So it was like thoughts, but I don't think when they were writing the script, they thought of anything like that. They were just like, how many worlds can we show? How many cool worlds do you think that she can like pass through? The film noir world was pretty cool. The world that they finally met, the Illuminati, was pretty dope. It was crazy that the buildings were colored, but the people wore like muted color, like black
and white,
gray and white and stuff like that. It was pretty cool about that.
What did you guys think about the fan service? Like seeing Professor X from the 90s X-Men, Fantastic Four?
I enjoyed it. I really liked it. I liked the little song with the which was the X-Men theme song from the animation. I thought that was pretty cool.
I love that Easter egg. Yeah, I love that you caught that. I was like, oh.
Yeah, that was pretty dope.
Skinner, what about you? What were your thoughts?
I did enjoy it, and actually, like the part that I liked the most is when they still had him like in chains, handcuffed and stuff, and then he's like, yeah, but when you actually go and get this thing, you gotta go here. And like, they were like, what the fuck is that? Because he gave him this benefit of the doubt. And, secretly, I wonder if he was like doing some telepathy. She'd be like, hey, listen, the thing is right here. You gotta go get it. Use the stupid watch. But like nobody heard that because it's Dr. Professor X, bro.
Mm-hmm.
So So I did enjoy that part, that little Easter egg. I don't know who the hell the guy with the whisper guy.
What you call it, Black Bolt?
Yeah, you're telling me that you stay quiet this whole time, and then now you have no mouth, so you're gonna say something.
You
couldn't think about it. Like, oh, fuck, I just wait.
That's his whole power. Like he just speaks. Like he speaks and he can like destroy planets and like stuff like that. I remember there was a comic book of him going against the Hulk, but it was after like World War Hulk when he came back to Earth to like go against the Illuminati who sent them to another planet and shit.
But
like
that was also fan service too, because that was the actor from the show The Inhumans. He played that same character.
The show that failed because nobody liked it.
So people. A lot of people complained about the show, but they liked his character. So it was like the director saying like, oh, I remember that guy you guys liked, so I'm going to throw that in there. I learned today as we were preparing for this podcast, I pulled up an article from the Doctor Strange and the gentleman from James Bond, the latest James Bond.
Daniel Craig.
Daniel Craig was originally supposed to be in the movie. He was supposed to be part of the Illuminati. He couldn't shoot some of the scenes, so they kind of just cut out the character in total, and they brought in Krasinski, the guy that played Mr. Fantastic.
I thought
that was added like last minute.
Oh. When he showed up, I can't get it out of my head. I can't take him serious, number one, because of The Office. And every time I see him, like the little tune from The Office is like, like as soon as I saw him, I was like.
Did you ever see A Quiet Place? Did you feel like that when you saw A Quiet Place?
Yeah. Same thing. I was like, shut up.
Oh, for real? Damn. That sucks, man. Because I thought it was pretty cool of him being Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah, I loved it because I saw I don't know if you guys saw Boss Logic's poster like a couple years back where he used the inspiration and fan casted John Krasinski.
Oh yeah,
years ago.
And I'm pretty sure he had a role to play because even the suit looked like it looked
from just like it was from that image, and I was like, oh shit, like it was dope, even though he didn't he was short lived. I mean, but it like the way that whole team just fell apart. It showed it was like it was so true to Force for me because it was like, okay, they said that Reed Richards is he's an arrogant asshole, and he's smart. He's the smartest man in the world, so of course he's gonna be arrogant, right? So he's gonna give out his number one weapon, which is Black Bolt, man. Hey, this guy right here, this guy got a voice of a goddamn angel. You know what I mean? So he's definitely gonna do that shit. And for Miss Marvel, when Doctor Strange was like, "Yo, Wanda, the Wanda of my universe is coming to yours," and she was like, "Oh no, we can handle your little Wanda." And it was like, "Oh, yo, you don't understand, yo." She got the book that you guys had and y'all destroyed. She has that book. She's powerful enough to destroy everybody. And I was looking at TikTok, and they said that when you do that little that sleeping bridge thing, what she did. Mm-hmm. You're not even at full capacity. Like, she wasn't even at full power when she was taking over that Wanda's. So we don't even know what the fuck, like, what's her full capability that we saw. Like, it's, she was a really good villain, but I really felt like I think they bust their nut a little too early.
Yeah, they seemed really arrogant, actually, that whole group.
Yeah,
I wasn't rooting for them at all.
You wasn't rooting for them at all?
I felt that. I wasn't. When they started fighting that Wanda, I wasn't rooting for them because I was like, you guys feel very You know what it felt like? It felt like Infinity War, where everyone kind of broke apart and they're kind of like, no, we got this.
Yeah.
And they underestimated the villain.
Yeah. You know what? And not Captain America. What's her name? Captain
Carter.
Captain Carter. The fact that she threw a shield at Doctor Strange when he was just asking a question, I felt that was out of place. It was like, yo, fucking relax, yo. Like, who throws a shield when somebody asks a question, yo? It was like, hey, where's the door? Where's the bathroom? Bang! Like, oh, what the hell is this? What's going on? Who's throwing? And she was all just like standing there all stoic. It's like, yeah, I see you look great, by the way, but yo,
you're here. I need you here.
Like, that's another thing. The fact that their podium was so elevated, and you're just like, you break your neck just so you can look at them. It's like, why?
And then they had that pit.
Yeah,
that I
pit.
thought it was like a bottomless pit, and like someone falling. I'm like, oh, it's right there.
Yeah, when you said that, I thought it was a little bit deep. I'm like, yeah, man, I thought so too. I thought it was like an actual, like a pit. Like, oh, off with his head, and the head just rolls into like some type of trash chute or something. But it doesn't. It showed that pit was for nothing, because there was nothing in there. It's a pit of doom, because once you're in there, the only way that you can get off is if you jump on somebody and then you do some type of parkour shit.
I think it was made for the Illuminati if they're eating like sunflower seeds.
Yeah, just throw it in there.
Let Jose sweep it up.
Yeah,
at the end of the day and shit.
Like, there's no door, no exit out of there. You're just stuck in there until somebody else comes in and try to get you out of there, which was like, all right, this is for nothing. It was all a whole bunch of nothing that was going on in that room. It was like the Wizard of Oz kind of thing that was going on. Like,
would you guys rank this as like top tier Marvel movies or towards the bottom?
When I saw it, I did the same thing, a 9, and then I usually don't do 0.5. I just straight 7, bro. It reminded me a lot of like that Drag Me to Hell. Gave me those vibes. And then like maybe a lot of people like in the theater, like especially like the religious people, they were like, oh my god, this is too
like witchcrafty.
Diabolical. Yeah, like they were like, ooh. So
yeah,
I could see that.
I didn't mind it. I was like, but yeah, no, I was like, I wouldn't put it with the top Marvel movies. It's just like a filler episode.
Yeah, I don't think
whatever's coming.
Medium.
Yeah, I don't think this movie would make like my top 10 of favorite Marvel movies. Maybe if it does, it'll be like an 8 or 9. It'll be at the tail end of my top 10 Marvel movies. The top 10, it wouldn't even crack the top 20 of my favorite, like, just comic book movies in general. It wouldn't. But I thought it was a good movie. I would give it like a good 8. I do like the Sam Raimi stuff, the aspects of it, with with the handheld stuff, the
quick zooms,
the quick zooms to people's faces and stuff like that, and the demons that they look like they have a mind of their own because they're just talking to you and stuff like that.
Like the Dementor cape?
Yeah, that stuff. Like, and you hear them saying, Doctor Strange, you did all this. And then when they get to Wanda, they're over here saying, like, grab her hand and all that. I'm like, I'm loving that kind of stuff because, you know, that's
dope.
Evil Dead.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's
that's
the shit that I liked
Bruce
about
Campbell,
it.
bro, like the cameo and like beating himself up.
That shit was pretty cool. What else?
The theatrics I did like a lot. And again, I feel like it was really good storytelling and it had strong moments. One of my favorites actually was when they had an entire fight using music. That they're grabbing the notes and they're like turning them to like metaphysical power and throwing it, and they started making music out of fighting each other. That was probably one of my favorite scenes. I was like, this is freaking awesome.
And then it was like, you don't have to use it. Like it was basically like they were trying to one up each other because the other person didn't really have to use music to like, okay, you're using music against me. I could just use fucking blades.
So when I saw that scene, it reminded me completely of Scott Pilgrim versus the World. There's literally a fight with the bass, and there you see the notes like B B B D D.
Yeah,
and they were literally doing the same thing with the notes. I was like, you see the note.
I don't know if you ever saw Kung Fu Hustle, but they had like those guys with the
with the harps.
And they were like throwing the notes.
Yeah, you didn't see the notes, but you saw the wind of the notes. That was
the sound waves.
That was pretty fucking dope. I did like Wanda breaking the fourth wall when she finally did take over the Wanda in the alternate universe's body. Like she broke the fourth wall, looked at the crowd, and then just kept on walking. I was like, yeah, that's some dope shit. That's some Sam Raimi stuff. I know that people were like, there was some talk. They were blaming him, saying like, oh, this movie is it doesn't really explain much about Wanda, but I get it, man. You know, she lost her kid. I do feel that it's an overreach for, make-believe children, but it is what it is. That book is a hell of a drug, I guess.
Well, no, I mean, what I got, I like the character of Wanda. I liked WandaVision, but like, I do feel like the villain, her, still mad. Like that was what I kept saying to myself as I was always watching the movie. I was like, oh, so she's still upset. Like that's what this movie's about. Is like, okay, she's still mad.